The Golden Knights take on the Rangers, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop at Madison Square Garden in New York. The Golden Knights are minus 135 on the road, totals 5.5. Right now the Rangers are plus $1.15 on the money line. Vegas is plus 210 on the puck line. We have Fleury for the Golden Knights, Lundqvist for the Rangers. Lundqvist comes into this game with a 7-5 record and a .912 save percentage. New York's 5-2 straight up in their last 7. They're also 10-4 against the spread at home, and of course, when I refer to the spread in the NHL, I'm referring to the puck line. So once again, New York has successfully covered the puck line in 10 out of their last 14 at home. They rank 11th in home scoring, 8-4-2 straight up at home as well. Art Panarin, 12 goals, 21 assists, 33 total points. Panarin's also plus 12 on the season. Ryan Strome, 23 points on the year, 17 assists for him. The Golden Knights, on the other side, failing to cover in 8 out of their last 13 away from home. They're also 4-6 straight up in their last 10 at any location. They rank 20th in road scoring. Now, when it comes to this total, the Golden Knights have just one under in their last 4 games. I'm going to lean Rangers plus $1.15 at home and the over 5.5 in that game. Next matchup, Devils taking on the Sabres. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Buffalo. The Sabres are the $1.35 favorite, totals at 6. And we did see a 10-cent move toward Buffalo in the early wagering. The Sabres open $1.25 up to minus 135, totals at 6. 72% are leaning Buffalo, 64% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Devils are plus $1.15 on the money line. Buffalo plus $1.95, laying the goal and a half. We have Linus Ullmark for Buffalo, Mackenzie Blackwood for the Devils. Blackwood's coming into this game with a .312 goals against and an .898 save percentage. Linus Ullmark, 6-5-1 on the year, .911 save percentage. Buffalo is 7-3-3 at home this year, 8-5 against the spread at home as well in those 13 games. The Sabres rank in the top 10 in shots allowed at home. Jack Eichel has 16 goals on the year, 35 points. He's plus 6. Olofsson and Skinner, 10 goals apiece. Marco Scandella, plus 11 on the year. Now, New Jersey, on the other side, they are in last place in the Metropolitan Division. They're 21 games back of the lead in that division there. They also rank in the bottom 5 in scoring on average per game. Now, total-wise, New Jersey has just one over in their last 6. They're also just 5-6 to the over when traveling this year. Meanwhile, Buffalo just 5-8 to the over at home. I'm going to lean Sabres minus $1.35 and the under 6 goals in that matchup. Next game, Islanders taking on the Red Wings, 7:30 Eastern puck drop in Detroit. The Islanders are minus 210, totals at 5.5. We saw a 10-cent move toward New York in the early wagering. The Islanders open as the $2 favorite. They're now minus 210. Total open and remains at 5.5. 65% are leaning Islanders, 64% shaded toward the under. Right now, Detroit is plus 175 on the money line. The Islanders are plus $1.30, laying the goal and a half. We have Varlamov for the Islanders, Bernier for the Red Wings. Bernier comes into this game with a 5-7 record, 330 goals against, 894 save percentage. Varlamov is 7-3-1 on the year, 250 goals against, 918 save percentage. Detroit has lost their last 9 straight, winless in their last 9. They're just 4-9-1 at home. They rank dead last in scoring, bottom 3 in shots, dead last in goals allowed. Now the Islanders, on the other side, they rank in the top 3 in goals allowed, top 10 in shots allowed on the road. They're also 6-3 straight up in their last 9, 6-3-1 on the road this year. Matt Barzal has 10 goals, 22 points. He's also plus 12 on the season. Brock Nelson, 20 points on the year, 12 assists for B-Rock. Now, total-wise, the Islanders are 7-3 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean Islanders minus 1.5 and the under 5.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Monday's NHL action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are currently hitting at 65% for the entire college football season on that website. Now, what we do on that site is we do daily premium selections starting at just $1.99 per month. We also have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. And at the end of this program right here on YouTube, I'm going to explain to you the difference between what we do here on YouTube and that Patreon page. Now, if you're curious and you want to check out my current Patreon record, you can do that right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. My record's right on the homepage. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our next final two games for the show. And we're going to start with the Blues taking on the Blackhawks, 8:30 Eastern puck drop in the Windy City. The Blues are minus $1.30 on the road, totals at 6. We did see a nickel fade of St. Louis in the early wagering. The Blues open $1.35 down to minus 130, totals at 6. 59% are leaning St. Louis, 52% shaded toward the under. Right now the Blackhawks are plus $1.10 on the money line. St. Louis plus $1.95, laying the goal and a half. We have Jordan Binnington for the Blues, Robbie Lehner for the Blackhawks. Lehner comes into this game with a 5-5 record. Binnington on the other side, 13-4-1 on the year, 226 goals against, 926 save percentage. Chicago's dropped 5 out of their last 6 games. They rank in the bottom 10 in scoring, last in shots allowed. Now, St. Louis, right in the middle of a 3-game winning streak for them. They're also 9-2-3 away from home, top 5 in goals allowed, 11th in road scoring. Now, total-wise, the Blues are 8-6 to the under when traveling. Chicago 10-5 to the under at home. I'm going to lean toward the road favorite in this one. Give me the Blues minus $1.30 and the under 6 goals in that game. And I'm going to slide my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Kings, Ducks, 10 o'clock, Anaheim. The Ducks are minus 135, totals 5.5. We did see a nickel move toward Anaheim in the early betting. They opened as the $1.30 favorite. They're now minus 135, totals 5.5. 59% are leaning Anaheim, 65% shaded toward the over. Right now the Kings are plus 115 on the money line. Anaheim plus $1.85, laying the goal and a half. We have Gibson for the Ducks, Quick for the Kings. Quick's just 7-10 on the year with a 3.36 goals against and an 8.82 save percentage. Gibson on the other side comes into this game with a 2.86 goals against and a 9.10 save percentage. The Kings are just 2-9-1 on the road, really struggling when traveling this year. They're also just 4-8 against the spread in those 12 games. They rank in the bottom 5 in scoring, bottom 5 in goals allowed. Now the Ducks on the other side, they are 13th in goals allowed at home, 7-5-2 on their home ice. Getzlaff and Silverberg have 9 goals apiece. Raquel and Henrique have 8 goals apiece as well. Now total-wise, Anaheim's 4-2 to the over in their last 6. I'm going to lean Ducks minus $1.35 in the over 5.5 in that matchup. All right, let's go ahead and slide into our quick pick recap. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. We are once again hitting at 65% for the entire college football season on that website. I like Anaheim minus $1.35 over 5.5. St. Louis minus $1.30 under 6 goals. Islanders minus 1.5 under 5.5. Rangers plus $1.15 over 5.5. And last but certainly not least, I like Buffalo minus 135 and the under 6 goals in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Shout out to Empty. Shout out to Ninja Chris, Gambling Junkie, Ethan Simone, Chibaku Tensei, Tamala Richardson, Real Hicks for Love. Shout out to SD, Cassie Morton, Hyman Moore, Creamy Caramel, Sird Hog 1, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to Paul Warthful. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we are 65% for the entire college football season on that website. Once again, we do daily premium selections on that site, beginning at just $1.99 per month. We also do plenty of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to on that site. Now, a lot of folks will ask me, Brock, what's the difference between what you do here on YouTube and your Patreon page? And that's a great question, a very valid question. And what I tell them is this. What we do here on YouTube is we handicap every single game on the board. We formulate an opinion on every single game on the board, both the side and the total. We don't take free passes. We go ahead and make a pick on every single game. Now, if you were to make a play, if you were to make a bet on every single game, both the side and the total, in real life with your hard-earned money, you're going to lose in the long run. And as a matter of fact, you're probably going to end up losing in the short run. The books are too sharp, they're too smart, the math is always against you. They have too much money. They can withstand the swings. So what we do on Patreon is we really focus in and dial it down on 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage selections, games that I personally have action on. When I win, you win. So, keep that in mind. I mean, they're games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current record on Patreon is a lot better than it is handicapping every single game on YouTube. And once again, you can check out that current record for free right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on patreon.com/BrockPage.